Hi friends and welcome to BEXIT The Rock Diary. Um, Back to reality number 5. I don't know how many videos I've already done. But in case you haven't seen any of them, they're all listed in this group and you can watch them all. And I think I've even yeah, I gave them numbers so you won't get so confused. And yeah, we are reaching a point now where we are getting really close to where I am now, but still everything is really, really, really chaotic. I think the last thing that I've told you was that oh yeah, right. So to start off, so I told you everything about my past and how difficult it's been. Then I had this course and I had this huge enlightenment and found out who I want to be and who I really am. And afterwards, I kept struggling because I expected everything to be really quick. And I thought that if I change a couple of things, actually, I changed my whole life. But I was expecting that my whole life would change immediately. And yeah, and because I was a little bit disappointed of that, and I was also disappointed that my whole life before was a real lie, I started to really hate myself, and I started to get huge self-pity. You can imagine that everything that I've been pushing away in the past, it all came up, and I didn't keep on working on it. I thought I've done the course, so everything should be fine. So I had to face all those problems afterwards, and I was really frustrated because I thought, hey, I thought I know myself now, and I thought everything needs to change. But it didn't happen automatically. So it happened that I started to fall back into old habits, that I started drinking again, partying again, and dating different guys again. All of the kind of stuff that I found out is not really any good for me, but I thought I can bring it back into my life and just don't do it all so often anymore. And then I had this big step back for me was that was when I visited the therapist who told me that my organs look like an 80-year-old woman's organs. And so I had to quit and I had to start eating healthy. And yeah, this was a really tough time for me. And during that time, I met my angel, I call him, a guy who actually spent yeah, all our free time we spent together, and he made it really easy for me to yeah, to keep on going and to get used to a total new lifestyle. So this is where we are now, and not now, but this is where we are in the story now. And you yeah, you can imagine that I was really frustrated when one day I couldn't get up anymore because my body was too weak. And I thought, why? How can this happen? I'm living so healthy now. And, you know, I always thought, like, I even don't have fun anymore. Yeah. What else should I do? And my doctors, a natural doctor and also a normal doctor, they both told me that I'm totally healthy and that it must be something psychosomatic, and advised me to actually go into a clinic for depressive people for 3 months. And at the same time, it was just like a miracle. The course that I've done before and that I repeated, I want to repeat it as often as I can, but that I repeat, yeah, repeat. I think at that time that was maybe my second time. That course was offered for free for people who've already joined it. So I did the best decision ever not to go into this clinic and live as a depressed person, because, you know, as a patient, you keep hearing that you're depressed, that you keep hearing that you're sick all day. So I can imagine that someone who's already down after this will be even more down. So I went to this course and I saw that something totally different happened. compared to the one before. So the one before was like, bam, you know, it opened my eyes to things that I've never seen. And this second one, it reached me on a total different level. So at that point, my problems were that I didn't really know, what I wanted in life. So the first one actually destroyed everything. You can call it like that. And the second actually gave me my new way of living. And in this course, I finally found out what I want to do in my life, and that I totally wasn't living what I wanted to do at all. And that's why my body showed me that he didn't want to do that anymore. So I found out that, I always wanted to be a singer, and I always wanted to be free, and I never wanted to work, just do stupid jobs where people tell me what I have to do. And the next thing is that I don't want to live in Germany, because I never really clicked with Germany, and I've been traveling my whole life, and there are so many other cultures and countries where I feel more at home. And and I think maybe because I already met that guy, my focus wasn't so much on the love part anymore. But as I told you in my old stories, in the other stories, is that one of my biggest things, what I wanted from life, was to be, was to get attention, was to be loved. But because I already kind of felt like that, I think at that time we weren't even together, but I felt like that already. I totally left that out. So I got into my head, okay, you have to leave Germany first, so you can, step by step do everything you want to do. And if I think about it now, I think I started at the wrong points, because I totally missed out on my own feelings. And as soon as I started to take the decision, and I thought I'd just leave everything, I quit my job, and I just go to Holland. And so I totally forgot. I think, oh no, wait, I think at that time, is exactly at that time when I decided this, we started to have a relationship. Yeah. So one of the very first things I had to do in the relationship was telling that I'm not going to stay close, that I'm going to move to another country. And as soon as I said that, it already felt bad for me. But I totally didn't listen to it, because, I thought I have experienced so many bad things, and why should this be different? And why should you, change anything about your dreams? And it's a little bit complicated, but I still don't think that you should change any of your dreams. But my dream was to actually live in a very warm country, and my dream was never to go to Holland. My dream was just to leave Germany. So this is something very very interesting that I learned now, that very often I still reacted to something that I don't want. I just wanted to leave Germany, and that's not really a goal, right? So I chose actually the Netherlands above what I had. And you can imagine that this whole year in Holland actually mirrored me, that I've made the totally wrong decision. Just a couple of months before I left, I still stayed at home, and I still rested, because my body was really not functioning anymore before, and also physically, psychologically, I didn't feel right anymore. So for a couple of months, I just stayed at home, and I tried to arrange everything. And my plan was just to go to Holland, just go to a hostel, just find a job and find an apartment. And it was so hard every time I remember that he was working, and every weekend it was so hard after every weekend to let him go. And I thought, oh God, how hard is it gonna be when I'm in Holland? So yeah, then I did it and I moved. And yeah, from day one, it was just hard. Yeah, you can't imagine. I can't even sum up everything that happened there. But I didn't get the apartment I wanted. There was mold in my apartment. There was mice in my apartment, on my bed, and everywhere. I had to leave the apartment. Then I was homeless, and sometimes I had to sleep in the car, or I drove back to my boyfriend and to Germany. Then I didn't have a job for a while, and I didn't have any money, any income. No, I didn't want to. At that time, I didn't want to go to the town and ask for money. I just didn't want to be their slave. I had people, strangers, when I was demonstrating, who actually gave me some money just so I could buy some food. Yeah, you can imagine it was a really bad time. And when I didn't have the apartment, I had to sleep at different places, Airbnb. It was really stressful. Then I had a job where I got treated really bad, and all the other colleagues too, where we didn't get our money on time. Then I finally found an apartment, and it was unbelievably expensive, so I only had $20 every month to live on it. Yeah, the debts were piling up again. And in the end, I ended up in a job that I actually didn't want it to anymore, child education. Yeah, so I took a job as child caretaker because I thought I'm gonna earn more money. Yeah. So yeah, you can imagine it felt like 10 steps back, because this was the job that I actually quit before. This was the job where I had that problem that I couldn't get up anymore. And I ended up in the same job again. And I didn't even earn enough at all to finance this really, really, really expensive apartment that I had. So this was the case, and my home station was always him. But I didn't want to let that get too close to me. And I didn't let the whole relationship get so close to me. So there was a lot of ups and downs, and a lot of times where I thought, is this still right? And what am I doing here? And yeah, in the end, I had so many problems. I had back problems. It was just survival mode, and I was on my own in a strange country, and it was so different than I actually expected it, and I didn't know what was wrong. So I see that it's already time now to leave, but next time I'm gonna tell you what actually opened my eyes, and what happened afterwards. And then you're finally totally 100% up to date with my whole life story. And I hope that you enjoyed this time. And if you have any questions, then please let me know. And if you like, tomorrow 6 o'clock, there's gonna be, oh no, wait, it's in German. No, not this time. The workshop is also available in English here in this group. If you look for it, I've already given it in English. Yeah. So, but tomorrow I'm gonna sing a song for you at 8 p.m. That's a definite. Okay. Bye.